order. You all saw the minutes from the December 18th meeting. Any questions or comments?
Motion to approve and suspend the reading.
Motion by Wolf to approve.
Second.
Second by Pillar. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Approval of the agenda. There's not much on here. So is there any changes or additions? If there are none, take a motion to approve.
So moved.
Moved by Pillar to approve the agenda.
Second.
Second by Stern. Discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. All right, number 4A, 2018 street projects, plans and specs. Guys, come on up.
All right, just to give you all a status of the project. Plans and specs are essentially complete. We have a copy of those here. Really, the only thing left for us to do is to review them internally and do a check. All of the work items that we've been discussing over the last however many months, I think we've included here. The only thing that is different here than probably what we've talked about before is we got a little bit of clarification from DOT regarding the sidewalks and the ADA ramps and that sort of thing. Turns out that the sidewalks are not a requirement for the funding. So the ramps are, but the sidewalks aren't. So we took the sidewalk parts of things out of the plans. So number one, because it's not a requirement of the funding, and number two, we're thinking that perhaps in the future it would be something, there's programs out there through DOT that we can, possibly get funding for. So it may be a cheaper way of doing it that way. But unless you want to see certain things, the sidewalks in, we did remove that from the plans.
That includes the walking sidewalks and stuff, like over by the...
No, not the shared use paths.
Okay.
No.
Just within the city proper.
Within the residential areas, yeah. That, and I think the only other thing is we added chip seal to Expedition Estates. So we are still trying to coordinate with their engineer and contractor to go through the official acceptance of those streets. We've not gotten all the information that we've requested as of yet. So those weren't in the plans prior, but because they're new streets, we thought you probably want to include them with the chip seal. Again, if you don't want to, we can just remove that part, but we added.
Sure.
So really, that's it. Like I say, our work, as far as all the project items, is essentially complete. So, we're requesting acceptance of the plans and specs tonight and authorization to bid. Our intent would be to have these checks fixed up final by the 12th. And our hope would be to get the advertisement in the paper on the 18th of this month.
Questions? Jason?
So these, I guess, haven't been emailed out to us yet, right? These.
This set,
yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
But we could certainly do that.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So then, So then if this goes out for bid, a lot of them other like projects aren't gonna be, at least included on the base bid, right? It'll be like alternate or whatever you call
We will have alternates with the base bid, yes.
Yep.
And those are all the alternates that we've been discussing with us.
There's 10th Street, there's the walking paths, there's
Elbowwoods.
Elderwoods.
Okay. All right. Since we do have some Elbowwoods people in the crowd, I just wanted to mention to you that it is being bid without curb and gutter. The last meeting when these guys were here, we talked about curb and gutter, and there would be way too much extra dirt work, excavation, and engineering,
expense.
a lot more expense. So I just tossed that option out and just go with the asphalt wrap option. So, okay. Any other questions or comments for the guy at the Boys for More? Okay, then if not, then we do have a resolution prepared to accept the plans and specs, and then one for advertisement for bids. So we need a motion for both of those. We do them.
Can you do all in one, or?
Monty?
You can, I prefer to
Pretty
do them
separate.
separate.
So let's, if we're gonna do it separate, let's do the resolution for approval first, and then the one for advertising for bid second.
I will move for the engineer's plans and specs.
We have a motion by Wolf.
This is based upon the finalization of the checking and everything like that of what you're talking about there. Okay, I'll second it.
And second by Pillar. Discussion.
So then after this, can there be kind of, I guess, like changes made to it? I suppose not.
Oh, no, absolutely, we can make changes. This is gonna be, this is a bid set, so we wanna establish the unit prices and, the total cost, but as far as the construction sets, I mean, that can change between now and then. Even in the field, things are different than how we thought they were, I mean, we can make changes. So no, this is not the construction set.
So would it be in those times then, I know there's some discussions on stubbing up for water feeds and stuff to the various lots along Elbowwoods. It'd be at that time then that we would discuss down to that level of detail.
Sure, I mean, again, this is a bid set, so it's not necessarily gonna be what actually gets constructed. We can add, delete, we still have that option.
Perfect. Any other questions? Did you make the second?
I second the
Okay,
motion.
all right. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Roll call.
Wolf,
Aye.
Pillar. Aye. Stern.
Aye.
Omenauer.
Aye. Motion carried. And then for the second resolution, this is to advertise to go out for bids, and you said it'd go out on the 18th.
Correct.
It was published on the 18th. I don't have the date in here that you wanted to open.
Okay.
Are you looking at opening at a meeting or just?
What is the 1st of February that's referenced there with question marks? What day is that? I know it's
I
the
think
1st.
the first would end up being the third
That.
day it
Right.
would show up in the paper.
Right? And
So we would be looking to open the week after.
okay,
So you'd be looking at the 8th,
the 8th, yeah.
Thursday the 8th.
Yes.
Okay.
assume we would wanna do that here? at
Absolutely,
City Hall?
yes.
We've got it on our resolution as 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. Perfect.
Can we change that for
Thursdays aren't gonna work.
5:30?
Yeah.
It won't work.
We have an HCD meeting at 5 o'clock here on that.
Would Friday work?
Look at television.
I'm going to be out unless we went earlier in the day on Friday.
Are you
2 o'clock
thinking in
would be-
terms of having a special meeting for that? Or- Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because
Oh, you want to have a
Oh.
special meeting?
But I was assuming if we do it on Thursday, it has to be announced.
No, not if you don't have the full board.
I won't be there.
You won't be there on the
I'm
8th.
gonna be gone the 8th to the 17th.
Well, and at the bid opening, we don't make a decision at that
No.
point anyhow.
No,
We just
no.
open. I can be here for the 8th. Can you be here, Dan?
Yeah, what we'll do is at the bid opening, we'll open all the bids, then we'll take them back and compile all the information, check the math, all that stuff, and then bring back a recommendation to the commission at the next meeting.
Right.
For-
Could we
Which
do
would be
it?
the 19th.
Could we do the 8th on like 4 o'clock in the afternoon
I
instead?
could do it.
Does that work for you guys?
Sure.
That's fine with me. Are you over that?
I won't be able to make it.
Okay.
On the 8th, but,
But Dan and I are both there.
Yeah.
Okay.
if you wanna do it on the 9th, that's fine. 5 o'clock too. Do it on the,
I have to be in mine, I have to be at Minot at 5:30
Okay.
on Friday. I have to go earlier.
Let's do it on the 8th at 4, Dan, you're saying? Okay. All right. Okay, 4 o'clock on the 8th.
Sure.
For you guys for opening. Okay. Do we need to change that on here, Monty?
I'll make those changes. and
Okay, so we'll sign that.
Then we'll get some.
Okay, so we still need a motion and a second approval for the second resolution for releasing the bids.
move to put this out.
Okay, we have a motion by Stern,
Second,
second by Wolf. Discussion? Roll call.
Stern,
Aye.
Wolf,
I,
Hiller,
Aye.
Omenauer.
Aye. Motion carried. All right, thank you.
Very good, thank you.
And we keep these or is this here only?
You can keep. Print more.
Okay, perfect.
If I could just ask, I think Casey, we were talking about getting you some more information on the sanitary. What exactly would you like to see? And how would you like to, because we've got the reports
Yeah.
from Pace, and of course the videos.
Yeah.
What information would you like to see compiled or put together?
You know, I guess the recommended, I guess, repairs and how, you know.
Okay.
Is that the list of ones you emailed, those pictures right there?
Yeah.
I see that once, there's, it looked like numerous times we saw like this right here,
The stubs come in.
where it showed protruding tap, yeah.
Yep.
So is that is this a problem, the way it's showing here, or it should be flush?
It's an
Okay,
opportunity to grab stuff on the
Well,
main
it's
trunk.
more for when you come back and line that pipe.
oh, you can't line it like that,
Correct.
I see, okay.
So you have protrusions, roots, taps, things like that, you want to clean those out.
Right, now I saw some that are bad, and to me, I thought, oh, it should dump in easily, it doesn't look like it's been catching anything thus
No.
far, but to
It's
reline
fine,
it, it's
yeah.
sticking way too far out there.
So how do they trim those?
They've got,
Like a rotor?
little
Rotating
units that go
blade.
through the line, yeah, and it'll cut those right off.
Now this, is that a mud and brick wall right in the middle of that sewer line?
Sure looks like it.
So does that mean that there's a hole in the line that's coming in through, or how does that happen? Any idea?
Well, yeah, I mean, it could be a loose joint, you know, sediment and whatnot coming in through the joint.
Sure.
You know, again, that would all get cleaned up so that when they come through the line, they can seal all that off.
But like this, that needs a new, you can't reline that, can you?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could potentially, but the thing is, you get into cleaning that, you may end up that there's no steel left, and
Yeah,
then
right.
stuff starts caving in,
Right,
so
yeah.
you're just, with the 20-foot chunks of it.
You have all those, don't you? Yeah, oh, they're there too.
So then on the line then, that goes into school, I guess you would say, I guess not to do anything with it right now,
Correct.
but,
That's just kind of to bring it to your attention, to let you know that it could be an issue.
Mhm.
You know, it's really unusual to have a line underneath a structure like that. And it's not advisable, but it is there, so just something to keep an eye on.
so I guess if that were to fail, is there any way to bore a new hole underneath the school and to put in a new line? I mean, if there's a complete like failure, there's no way.
We could pipe burst it,
Okay,
and that's just the means where they come through with a head, and it breaks up the existing pipe, and at the same time, it's pulling a new one in behind it. So, so that's a possibility. But other than that, it's completely messy.
well,
But yeah, there's ways of repairing that if there's a failure without getting extravagant.
So is there, Casey, was there other information you needed based on those pictures that
Well-
were emailed to us?
I was just curious, you know, as how I guess we're gonna do these repairs. You know, if we have to, I guess, like dig it up, which I know on some of these we do.
Right.
It needs to be done like that. But,
Yeah, I mean, the ones we can do trenchless, we're gonna do everything we can to go that route. But some of them we are gonna have to dig up
Yeah.
address.
And at this point for the bid process, the bidders are just gonna provide per unit costs for the different methods of
For the
repair.
different bid items, right.
Okay.
We'll have those all spelled out, and then they're gonna fill in, and our quantities, but then they'll fill in their unit prices. And then like with these services, for example, if, the bid item for that would be per foot.
Right.
So we have costs, and then it's gonna be based on how many feet they actually put in, regardless of what plans say, because we could change our minds or, again, add or delete. And that price is established, that unit price.
All right. Anything else, guys?
I don't think so.
Any questions from you guys? Tell them that everything comes back. Okay, all right. Okay, all right, then we'll move on. We have no requests, no readings or applications tonight. Down to reports. I was contacted by Bob Johnson about the street project. Bob is the head of the buildings and grounds for Peace Lutheran Church. And they had they wanted to just know the process of when things would happen, since they'll be kind of bound to one entrance and exit out of their parking lot on the north side of the building. And then he wanted to know if they were going to be responsible for paying for the cutting the trees down by Mary Smith's, and I said, no, that's not we already talked to her, she said she's willing to, those be taken out. They have to be in order to fix that properly, so our guys can do that work. But the one issue they have at the church, she said, is they have no water shut off. They have no way to, they don't know where the curb stop is at the church there. So I don't know if you guys have that at all, or I don't know. Yeah, we'll visit with the water trio tomorrow, but that's something we need to look at, because if that not, then we want to put that in.
A curb stop for the church.
Yeah, yeah. Right now, they don't think they have a way to shut it off. Okay. That's all I had under my reports. Water, sewer.
Nope. I don't think that's not.
Okay, and street, cemetery, Jason's not here, but Dave, anything on streets? How things going?
Good, as long as the snow stays away.
Yeah. See, the guys have been out sanding as much as possible.
Yeah. Everything's working good in that respect, so.
Okay, I did get a phone call the other day from a concerned citizen that we've received about 8 inches of snow and no snow removal has happened. I said, well, when 8 inches happens at one
Yeah,
time,
one time.
we'll remove it, but we can't
Yeah,
do
if
it.
it's not
every
deep
day.
enough, you go out there with the blade, all you're doing is ripping up your chip seal and everything
Exactly.
else, you're not gaining anything.
Yeah. Finance, busing,
Nothing at this time.
okay, and police, fire, forestry.
I mentioned at our last meeting that we had completed our efforts on a new police officer, the interviewing process, and so tonight I come to the board to inform you that we have made a conditional offer to Mr. Jesse Folkerts here in Hazen, and he has accepted, and it's conditional upon the return of successful drug screening and background investigation. We're just waiting on that right now.
Perfect. All right. Thanks, Dan. That's it?
Yep.
All right. HCD, Buster.
I really don't have
No?
anything to
Okay.
do with the report.
All right, this is gonna be short. That is it for the entire agenda this evening. So, one thing I do want to show you that Mr. Edwards did hand this out for all of us. And these are items that we have talked about and can be changed, Doug. So nothing's set in stone. So, thank you, we appreciate that. All right, approval of the bills.
Say, I got a question on a special assessment. In the city lots there, there's a couple that are like $2,000 and there's one that's like 3 and one that's like 4,000. Which exact copies are those? You know,
Unfortunately. I want to say it's probably those with the larger area that were combined or unplatted. Because a lot of this was done based on front footage in the area, so in order to get to those dollars, it's gotta be some of the larger spots around. I can.
Those could be like what, Mark, do you think, in some of the house lots that?
Well, you got the whole Heritage Park.
The
over
park,
here,
I'm sure.
you
city shop.
know, the city shop, yeah, park, down by Parks and Rec, the bus facility. Yeah.
I was just curious if there's any lots that are being used in the city. You know, the
Well,
paved-
no, not that had those kinds of dollars. I don't know.
Any other questions on the bills?
Make a motion, we approve the bills as presented.
Okay, motion by Pillar,
Second.
second by Stern, discussion. All in favor of approval of the bills, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, no, I got a motion item. We got, that's gonna be roll call, sorry. Roll call, please.
Miller.
Aye.
Stern.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Over.
Motion carried, first meeting, Meeting adjourned.